Hey there viewers, and we are on day 26 of the website design challenge, and we are gonna walk through this concept built in Figma, which is for a startup who will let you send friends a snapshot of whatever you're looking at. My name is Roy, I'm a web designer, and let's get into the challenge. Okay, so this concept, it seems to be pretty straightforward. You're probably thinking of Instagram, and I'm thinking Instagram as well. Send your friends a snapshot of whatever you're looking at, or maybe if there was Google Glasses, maybe we'll take a snapshot and send it to your friend. I think that's probably a better case for this. And there could be a lot of use cases for this, really. But anyway, what I'm going through here is how to design a button. And what I'm doing, this is the difference between using shapes and frames. So what I've done, I've just dragged the frame around the text, and now I'm going to use auto layout, which is a really cool feature that Figma have. And then I just fill it with the background, a color of the dark grey using the Tailwind CSS UI, and then this is the darkest grey, not going solid black. And then from there I'm just going to then give the font a white color, and this is where I tend to start, always black and white, just to get the basics down, get the contrast in. And then in auto layout I set it to vertically align in the middle with a padding left of 40 and a padding right of 40. This is to give the CTA a good big target hit area, and I'm giving the height a fixed height, and I'm using the 8-point grid. So 48, add another 8, 56. I think I'm going a bit larger than that, so I just add another 8, and then 64. So you can just keep plussing 8 and it will do it for you. And then from there I'm just playing around with corner radius, because you can do individual corner radius on there. So what I ended up doing was probably just giving it a border radius of 8 pixels all round. So again, it's following the 8-pixel grid or the 8-point grid, just to keep it simple. And then what I'm doing here is just having a download or a down arrow, just to indicate you can download. And here I'm just mucking around with auto layout, which I'm still trying to get a hang of. That could be a happy accident there, but what I'm trying to do is just have the arrow within a circle, just playing around with aesthetics at this time. And I thought, yeah, this is quite a nice looking button. It's just a different way. There's so many ways of doing buttons. And if you do share this anywhere, especially on Reddit, give it some context. Say this is 1 hour. But before I get into that, here I'm just putting in the logo name. I thought Snap Now, it just came to my head. It seems to have the keywords of snap. And then I'm doing the same process where I just create another CTA on the top right. And again, this is just using patterns. So you have the logo on the left and you have a CTA on the right. It's because it balances the page. That's one reason to do that. And it's an important action, so that's there. And then from there I'm giving it a width of 1680, because I know there's some screens that have that certain width, but the whole frame is 1920 width. And what I'm actually doing here, I'm using the golden ratio to do all the different widths of the circles. So I started with 100 by 100, and then I just times it by 1.618, just to give it that Fibonacci golden ratio look to it, because sometimes you're not sure what size should something be. And because I'm just going with the flow here, I'm thinking, let me go with something different, or from what I've seen in terms of photo sharing apps. I thought, yeah, it's like a lens and you're taking a picture, but it has to portray friends sharing pictures or what they're seeing right now. So I'm going into Pexels and I'm thinking, oh, maybe the time of the year now is Christmas, so maybe I should have a Christmas theme. It's nice to have a theme on your design, so it's a bit more focused, because you want to have a bit of consistency with the photos, not having so many random different ones, even though you can if you pull it off. So one person is skiing and the other friend is in the beach, for example. But here I ended up looking at collections and exploring, and I thought, okay, maybe the beach, this is definitely somewhere where I want to be, despite the current pandemic. This is somewhere I love the beach. So anyway, I thought, okay, let's go with this theme. There's a lot of nice images, and how can we portray that for the app? Two friends sharing a snap of where they are now. So I thought, okay, we got to find some users, potential couple, and the beach. And again, this is always a challenge in finding the right content, and obviously it's not going to be perfect on your first go. The main thing is you're just practicing, exploring, playing around, having a go and getting it out there, really. And this is what it's all about, practicing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. As a designer, you're always going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from them. The main thing is you grow, and I believe that the best designers are the ones that take on criticism or critique, and they grow from that and they share their work. They're not afraid to share their work. But of course there's designers out there that don't share their work, and they're great as well. Anyway, here I'm thinking, okay, I'll use this female as the main user, or one of the main users, and her action is that she's looking down at a phone. And one nice thing about that is it's a phone sharing app, even though it should be multiple platforms. And I'm intending to place the download button right beneath her, so she's kind of looking at the button. So your eyes tend to go where the image is looking, or the person is looking. So that's one reason why I'm thinking of placing the download button right beneath her. And now I'm just experimenting with images, what could work. And I thought, oh, this could be a nice thing where maybe the friend is climbing a palm tree. How can he, so this could be a friend taking a picture of a friend, sending it to her, she's checking it out, and then there I put the download button right below her, just positioning it. And again, have to be mindful of images and image loads if you're going to develop something like this. So I thought not to have too many images, and that's why I started to use solid colors. And here is an example where I'm playing around with borders again, with a dash border, and it feels like it's a timer, not always going with just one pixel stroke. And then now I thought, okay, let's place the name, the logo, right above her head for positioning. I'm thinking, okay, maybe in the top center. Again, it's just experimentation. And I thought, okay, let's try a mesh gradient. I thought that's too much. There's already a lot of color in the content. The content's got great. And I thought, okay, I forgot the strap line. So I position this at the bottom. Send your friends a snapshot. And it's like a speech bubble. And just position that below, really. So yeah. And some shadows as well, just to help it appear above the image. So it's like appearing closer to you. I've done the same for the download button as well. And then I'm just adding like a slight glow around the photo with the palm tree, just to give it a bit more, just playing around with the visual aesthetics. So we are coming to the end of this challenge. And if you do find the content useful, interesting, or helpful, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next challenge. And have a good day, have a good morning, afternoon, evening. Bye.